my name is Alex, and I play the violin. Our first selection was composed by award-winning composer Brian Balmages in 2013 for South Carolina Middle School Orchestra director Kristen Harris, who won the South Carolina State Fiddling Championship in the same year. The composer blends the folk nature of traditional American fiddling with a moto perpetua, which translates to perpetual motion. The piece contains non-stop energy and features numerous twists and turns. Enjoy this lively piece.
Good evening and welcome to our spring concert. It's really hard to believe we have reached this point in the school year. It seems like we just had our potluck concert back in October, and here we are, another school year behind us. So thank you for coming out tonight. The early start is due to the recognition and all the awards that will take place later this evening. Thank you for your flexibility with that. And that was intentional. They were supposed to play without a conductor, so I think they nailed it. I was very proud of them for that. And then we'll have our next reader tell you about our next piece.
Hello. Hello, my name is Jordan Gross, and I play the violin. Our next section is a beautiful, lush piece by Doris Gosstow. Originally composed in 1995, the work depicts the spectacle of a beautiful sunrise, as one would experience while hiking the Appalachian National Scenic Trail. The listener can easily visualize the first rays of sunlight gradually breaking over the ridges and the mountains represented by soft, melodic bits throughout the orchestra. The piece ends with a glorious finale as the full warmth and brilliance of the sun has completely evolved into the sky, as the orchestra plays with long, sweeping bow strokes and accented chords.
portion of the program tonight with Bob Lipton's El Gaucho. El Gaucho is in the D minor mode and means cowboy in Spanish. This piece has a Latin flair with its driving rhythmic accompaniments. The impetuous melodies combined with a touch of tango as every section gets a chance to dig in anew. Be ready to move and groove with the orchestra to this exhilarating piece.
Hello, my name is Eddie and I play the bass. Picture superheroes watching over a dark city. Brooding melodies rise like mist over dark, churning chords swooping between sections. Before disappearing in the haze, dark themes give way to warm, yearning melody, featured in the chosen bases. Then the main theme returns and rebuilds to a rousing finish. Enjoy our performance of one of Doug Spader's newer compositions, Seduce You.
Being a part of the orchestra program has made me a better student and a better person. Not only has it helped me be a good musician, but taught me life skills such as teamwork, collaboration, and compromise. I can't imagine being a senior and having not spent my 4 years with the orchestra. I will never forget what I've learned from music. Plink Plank Plunk is one of Leroy Anderson's many classics. This piece was written in June 1951 and was first performed later that year. This pizzicato piece has perpetual plucking, which provides a unique perspective to string orchestra music. Anderson also included a squeak, which is made by the orchestra sliding their hand across their instrument. Prepare to be entertained by this prickly, pecky, plump pizzicato piece.
Throughout his career, he composed many well-known works that have become part of the standard repertoire for both full and string orchestras. At one point in his career, he was a high school orchestra director at St. Paul Girls' School. As a director, he composed several major works for string orchestra, including Brooklyn Suite, which is a 3-movement collection of dances. We will be performing Movement 1, Prelude, and Movement 3, entitled Dance. Within both movements, we will hear Holst's mastery of composition and orchestration as each section of the orchestra performs catchy themes throughout. Please do not applaud between movements as you listen to our edition of Rookies.
Shostakovich lived from 1906 to 1975. He studied music at the St. Petersburg Conservatory and composed musical works in all genres. He composed his 8th string quartet in 3 days in 1960, shortly after 2 traumatic events in his life. The first was the development of a debilitating muscular disease, and the second was his reluctant join to the Soviet Communist Party. For the latter, Shostakovich was scrutinized by the Communist Party for the remainder of his life, driving him to move to the United States. The work is in 5 movements. Within the piece, the listener hears Shostakovich's musical signature, a DSCH motif, which equates to his initials. We will be performing the second movement, Allegro molto. As you listen, you will hear Shostakovich's political angst throughout, as if each section of the orchestra is yelling at one another. The movement is full of unresolved nervous energy and ends rather abruptly. At one point, you will hear the melancholy melody of a Jewish ghost song, which, according to the score, is Shostakovich's dedication to the victims of fascism and war.
So they know to keep that stand down, right? We learned that, keep your concerts back. I have to admit, there was a few words going on in my head when I knocked their music off for a second. I thought, oh no, we're gonna lose this piece. That's a hard piece. It's not only hard to conduct, it's hard to play. I'm exhausted now, so anyhow, thank you very much.
program as a whole. Because music, especially in a school setting, is one of the very few things that is made to share. And everyone experiences music differently, but once you step into the music room, you're now part of a team. And it makes music for one another, and I think that's very special. And within the interpretations of the music is the community of each person's personality. Orchestra over the years has been my own sanctuary. With a rigorous academic, athletic, and extracurricular schedule, I walk around every day with orchestra music resonating in my head. And it's an oasis where my brain can go when it's tired, anxious, or stressed. Each day, music provides me with an escape from whatever may have happened the previous period. I always felt that I was part of something a lot bigger, and I found that music through orchestra class has the power to bring joy to chaos. When I was in middle school, just a quick story, when I was in middle school, Mr. Heyer took our middle school chamber strings orchestra to play at one of the elementary schools, and for days leading up to that concert, he reminded us that we have to bring our clothespins because it'd be windy, and our orchestra music would fly from our stands. So sure enough, the day came, and we had set up, and the winds picked up, and our flimsy stands knocked over, and our music flew off the stands, and we were frantically scrambling around to pick up the music, and we looked up, and Mr. Heyer had a huge smile on his face, and it was a smile that was very contagious, and it spread through the entire ensemble, and we were soon laughing, and it was an incredible experience, and I think that that story really epitomizes my own experience in the orchestra program, and I think a lot of our experiences, because we learn to embrace the joy in making music with each other, and it's been nothing short of an honor to get to make music for other people, with people that really share my passions with me. So, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Heyer. All right, so our next piece is Egmont Overture. In 1809, Beethoven was commissioned to write the music for a play titled Egmont. The play depicts the subjugation of the Netherlands to the tyrannical rulers, the agony of the people, and their growing defiance of dreams of liberty. The overture begins in a somber and serious mood. The dark, sustained music conveys profound impression of the spirit. Soon the tempo picks up, speeding into a vigorous allegro where the cellists play the heroic, defiant melody. The piece ends with people overthrowing the tyrant, ending in a triumphant celebration.
to appreciate at this time. In the past semester, Strongsville students have had the incredible privilege of working with Mr. Gardner, who just graduated with a Bachelor of Music Education from Baldwin Wallace Conservatory. So Mr. Meyer was just telling the Symphony Orchestra today about how Mr. Gardner has been eager and prepared to conduct us from the very beginning. And I believe I'm speaking for everyone when I say that Mr. Gardner has left a positive impact on everyone he has taught here at SHS. Aside from being an up-and-coming music educator, Mr. Gardner is lesser known as a phenomenal maraca-er. Without further ado, thank you for shaking it up here at Strongsville High School, and we wish you all the best in the future.
And how could we forget Mr. Heyer, of course. So this is sort of a two-part gift because one was very needed, very, very needed. So the other one has a little personal touch because usually we go big and extravagant, but we did a little extra. So please come on up, Mr. Heyer. Now, we've all been in your office, so you will know exactly what we're talking about and why we got you this, so please roll it out. Wait a second.
Thank you very much. I love my old chair. You know, it's comfy, but it's in pretty bad shape. It's dumped me a few times. Which is okay. It's okay. All right, this time, guys, we're going to go through our recognition portion of the evening. Thank you so much for some great music making. Forgive me, I'm still out of breath up here. One of these years, I'm going to start a workout program where everybody shows up and conducts, and they will lose a lot of weight, I guarantee it, because it is very physical. I think that'd be awesome to do. So, students, before we begin tonight, I think it's very important that we recognize some very important people in your life, all right? Some people that without their support and persistent encouragement, our program would not be successful. These are the folks who were there from the very beginning when you first learned how to hold an instrument, who offered loving encouragement, and perhaps brought you to the beginning instrumental music meeting held right here in this auditorium. They paid for your instrument, your first music book, your music stand, drove you to various concerts and performances, and gave you a word of praise when you didn't sound so great. Sometimes they were firm and insisted that you practice before you did anything else, and did not allow you to quit or give up because they knew what was in your best interest. As you grew, they paid for lessons, more music, higher quality instruments, fancier cases, metronomes, uniforms, dress shoes, and trips. They lovingly invested their resources because they recognized the importance of music education and believe you are a better person for having committed to the art and discipline of music. Students, let's give it up for your parents and give them a huge applause for all this support. Thank you, parents, for all that you do for our students. So each year I start our awards presentation by recognizing each of the classes in the orchestra program. Every student will be recognized with an award they will receive in class. This year's freshman orchestra class consists of 47 students, and each freshman will receive a first-year orchestra certificate in class. This year's sophomore orchestra class consists of 57 students. Each sophomore will receive a second-year orchestra pin. And this year's junior orchestra class consists of 46 students. Each junior will receive their varsity orchestra letter later on this week or next. So let's go ahead and start with some events that our students participated in this year. I'd like to acknowledge the students who participated at the OMEA Solo and Ensemble Contest held on January 27th at Padua High School. These students spent countless hours practicing as they prepared for this event. Our orchestra students entered a total of 100 different solo and ensemble events, and by far had the largest representation between all the participating high schools. If you were at solo and ensemble, please stand and be recognized. This past school year, we had 28 musicians who were members of various performing ensembles outside of Strongsville High School. These dedicated students auditioned and spent much of their weekends in rehearsals with these ensembles. This year, our students were in the following ensembles. I will have them stand and we will recognize them when I'm finished. Northern Ohio Youth Orchestras, the Cleveland Youth Wind Symphony, Contemporary Youth Orchestra, Baldwin Wallace Youth Orchestras, and the Cleveland Orchestra Youth Orchestra. Please recognize these musicians. This past fall, we had 7 students selected among hundreds of auditions as members of the 2017 Northeast Region Orchestra, also known as NERO. Musicians in grades 8 through 12 from all over Northeast Ohio auditioned for this premier honors ensemble. Those selected performed at Cleveland State University on November 19th. These students were Dylan Vai piano, Michaela Balzer cello, Chris Fogwell viola, Charlie Lynn violin, Matthew Ong cello, Alex Romero Kistler cello, Kevin Tan violin, and Stephanie Bento viola. Please give them a round of applause. We had 3 members of our symphony orchestra chosen for the 2018 All-State Orchestra, which is the 14th straight year Strongsville High School has had students qualify for this elite group. String players are chosen amongst the highest seated players from each of the 5 regional orchestras throughout Ohio and represent some of the best high school musicians in the state. This year's All-State Orchestra performed in Columbus at the Ohio Music Education Association's Professional Conference on February 9th. Our All-State players were violist Christina Fogwell, violinist Kevin Tan, violist Stephanie Bento. Please stand and be recognized. And I've been truly honored I've had students in all-state orchestra every year I've taught, including the high school I was at before, Strongsville High School. So that's quite an accomplishment for our wonderful students over the years. Chamber strings. This year's Strongsville High School chamber strings consisted of 26 string players from the Symphony Orchestra who have been rehearsing after school 1 to 2 times a week since early September. Playing in chamber strings is an incredible commitment, but well worth the time and effort. The students and I have a lot of fun working on awesome repertoire. Thanks for another exceptional year of fine playing and quality performances and your countless hours and dedication. This year we performed at the Strongsville Chamber of Commerce annual Christmas luncheon, the NHS induction ceremony, and the SHS art show, in addition to our usual performances. Please stand to be recognized. I would like to take a moment to recognize a few accomplishments of our groups this year. On Friday, February 16th, the Spring Orchestra earned a 1, a superior rating, at the Ohio Education Association State Orchestra Contest held right here at Strongsville High School. Congratulations, String Orchestra, on earning straight 1s at contest. The state contest plaques, by the way, are down here. They've been engraved and they're sitting down there. Tomorrow I'll have all of our students sign the back of those. On the same night, our chamber strings earned a 1, a superior rating, at state contest, entering the Class AA string level for the first time. Congratulations, chamber strings. And later that night, again right here at Strongsville High School, the Symphony Orchestra also earned a 1, Class AA for the first time, full orchestra. And 2 weeks ago, our freshman orchestra earned a 1 at middle school large group contest held at Strongsville Middle School. Before I recognize our officers, I'd like to personally thank all of our students who have assisted with various capacities throughout the school year, including but not limited to our backstage setup crews, our concert ushers, those who ran the recorder during concerts, our office aides, the librarians, and all the students who helped set up and tear down for numerous performances. We couldn't have made it through the school year without you. I truly appreciate your leadership and dedication. Now I'd like to give a sincere thanks to all of our secretaries, historians, librarians, and student activity coordinators for their assistance and hard work during the school year. These students were elected by their peers to serve in these capacities. Without them, I couldn't keep 4 orchestras running smoothly. They will each receive a pin for their service. Please come up as you are called. I will need somebody over there to distribute. Thank you. Hold your applause to the end. From the freshman orchestra, we have our president, Alex Sakalaria, secretary, Autumn Offenberger, librarians, Morgan Pohavitz and Jomali Pina, historians, Malini Gadamanugu, and student activity coordinator, Olivia Buick. Thank you for helping us. From the string orchestra, our secretary this year was Olivia Wilson. Our librarians were Maya Richards, Mahariel Saley, and Allison Zong. Our historians were Sachi Amin and Nicole Ganir. Our student activity coordinators were Gabby Guidus, Alyssa Hughes, and Leah Scoggins. Thank you very much for your help. And from the Symphony Orchestra, our secretary was Kate Boardman. Our librarians were Gracie Brown, Macy Hatfield, and Maria Ong. Our historians were Anna Skladany and Emily Boyd. And our student activity coordinators were Jacob Ehrlich, Matthew Ong, and Lauren Radke. Give them a hand. presidents and vice presidents from our 2 order orchestras and recognize them for their leadership and dedication. These students have been working hard since their election last May. Our bass presidents this year were Kevin Tan and Kate Young. And I'm going to allow Kevin Tan to give the opportunity to speak a little bit to you as one of the vice presidents.
Good evening. Is this working? Okay. Sure. My name is Kevin. Okay. First off, let me tell you a little story. It might not be a funny story, but I'm still gonna say it. Oh, like this? Oh. Okay. So first off, let me tell you a little story. Okay, so this little incident occurred at an all-city orchestra. You know, the one where it started at 7 in the morning, and we didn't really want to go because it was, apologies, 8 in the morning. Thank you. Okay, so one morning during rehearsal, I decided it would be a good idea to give myself a back massage, as my back was a little sore from sitting too long. Long story short, the tip of my bow broke. Now, I definitely learned my lessons from that incident, and now I'm telling you. It doesn't matter what kind of mistakes you have made in your musical career, as long as you learn and improve from your mistakes. I'm not saying purposely go out and make mistakes, but try your best, and in the very end, you will all become very successful. Now, I would like to address each class year. Freshmen, even though you all have 3 more years until you all graduate, I would recommend that you begin to start thinking about taking the SATs and the ACTs. It's very important, guys. Now, I would recommend taking practice tests, okay? I don't condone taking like online courses, because that didn't really help. But I never said that, okay? Sophomores, I know you guys are very diligent students, and I expect that you guys are taking multiple AP courses for next year. One word of advice is never to procrastinate on any assignments. It's very difficult. Okay, juniors. Now, one of the biggest chapters in your life is coming very near. College decision. Remember, choosing a college can be really stressful, but sometimes listening to music while you fill out applications can be very soothing during these stressful moments. I would not recommend listening to metal while filling out these applications. Thank you. One last one. Seniors. We made it, guys. Really, there's no other good advice but to just focus on the present, okay? Everything happens, but remember, never let go of your memories that you made during high school, because it's very important that you cherish every single moment that you've lived through high school, especially the bad ones, but more importantly, the good ones, okay? Just keep in mind, okay?
Thank you for those extraordinary words of wisdom. Okay, this year's string orchestra president is Hallie Jaworski.
Hey, it's me, it's Hallie. I don't know if you guys know me, but I'm here, so that's cool. And I was like, oh, it's probably going to be pretty easy. No, not at all. It was very stressful. There's lots of stressful moments. There's a lot of work, lots of effort, lots of people, so many difficult things, honestly. But I'm honestly grateful. Like, if I could go back, I would still do it because, I got to meet all of you guys and bond with all of you, and it's life-changing. I mean, I even got my first tattoo of treble clef with an S because, when I'm old and I want to look back on it, I want to be able to be like, oh yeah, this is what I did, and I did all these like trips and all that. I was gonna share some memories I had. So the first one was at Cedar Point freshman year, and Mr. Heyer brought his son along, and his son wanted to hang out with me and my friends, so we did. And we look over, and his son's gone. It's missing. Like, we are, like, did we really just lose our conductor's kid? Like, honestly. He'll never trust us again. We're going to be kicked out of the orchestra. It was pretty scary. I mean, we found out later on he was with Mr. Heyer the entire time, but for like 10 to 15 minutes when it was getting dark, we're like, wait, what do we do? Like, do we tell him, or? And then last year at the Disney trip, there was a lot of good moments and all that, but the 24-hour bus ride there, and I don't know if any of you were on my bus with Mr. Lawson, he wouldn't stop playing Star Wars. I don't know what his deal was. We all wanted to watch Click with Adam Sandler. He didn't want to watch it, and then it was like 1 in the morning, and all you hear is the Star Wars, and we were so miserable. But it's good now. It's good memory now. Anyways, it's really bittersweet because I'm really happy to be able to move on with my life, as many of you are. But it's also, it's pretty sad because this will be the last time that, I don't want to cry, but this will be the last time that we're all on the stage together, making music together, making memories together, and I don't regret any of it, not one of it. But I'm proud of us. I mean, we got ones across the board. Good job, guys. I mean, worked hard. But I'm also proud about the twos that we've got in previous years because we worked just as hard and we put just as much time and effort into it. And the personal growth I've seen in each individual is amazing. Like, your guys' confidence went up crazy. I could definitely tell during performances. So good job on that. So freshmen, turning into sophomores, be ready for string or symphony, whatever you choose. Both. They're both great, so don't cause any controversies. Sophomores turning into juniors, be there for the new people coming into your orchestras. Be very accepting and help them if needed. Juniors turning to seniors, I already know, all of you are great leaders. You have great leadership qualities, and you got to use those leadership qualities to get another one at contest next year. And seniors who are graduating with me, it's been fun. It's been great. It's been a great ride, and I'm going to miss all of you because you're all just so great to be around. And it's nice to come in and talk to someone that's understands your music and make jokes and laughs every day. So wherever life takes us, whether you're going to college or whatnot, have fun. That's all that counts. And I would like to thank Mr. Heyer for believing in us and believing in me because I was really nervous to take the leadership position at first. Really nervous, but he didn't stop believing in us, so I didn't stop believing in us. And lastly, I just want to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity to be your 2017 to 2018 Strongsville String Orchestra President. Thank you.
Don't worry about losing Ethan. It happens all the time. He finds his way back. And this year's Symphony Orchestra president was Erica Lee. Come on up.
Hi. So I would like to just start out with a short poem. This poem is very important to me because it was been tacked on my refrigerator since I started playing violin many years ago. So it's titled, Why Do We Teach Music? And it goes like this. Not because we expect you to major in music, not because we expect you to play or sing all your life, not so you can relax, not so you can have fun, but so you will be human, so you will recognize beauty, so you will be sensitive, so you will have something to cling to, so you will have more love, more compassion, more gentleness, more good, in short, more life. Of what value will it be to make a prosperous living unless you know how to live? This is why we teach music. So Mr. Heyer, from the moment that we chose our instruments in 5th grade to mentoring the best of us, even Mr. Gardner, you made it possible for us to find a little bit of ourselves in the music that we play every day. Thank you. People have been talking about how great the class of 2018 is. I agree with them. We have 4 National Merit semifinalists this year. We have 2 All-State musicians graduating, a concerto competition winner, and numerous people in the top 5% currently in this orchestra program. Like Hannah earlier said, no matter how accomplished or talented strong solo musicians are, regardless of their class, we still get stressed. Orchestra has been every day an alternate world that all of us enter into for 48 minutes a day. For those 48 minutes, we can immerse ourselves into focusing on creating musical excellence. Speaking for many of my fellow classmates, we would have become very different people without this orchestra program. Tonight is not only a celebration of beautiful music, but also what music has done for us, especially the seniors that are celebrating their last day of high school tomorrow. Best of luck to my colleagues, and thank you for allowing me to serve you guys as Symphony Orchestra President this year. Thank you.
At this time, I'm going to recognize some students whose exemplary dedication throughout the year was demonstrated with their exceptional service, leadership, and musicianship within each of their respective ensembles. These students were formally recognized at their class awards night where they received a certificate from the school, but I'd like to recognize them again tonight. As I call your name, please stand and be recognized and hold your applause to the end. I will start with the freshman orchestra. Noah Downing, Aiden Nichols, Susanna Melnichuk, Autumn Offenberger, Alex Sakalaria, and Shelby Saley. Give them a hand. From the string orchestra, Alyssa Hughes, Lane DeSalvo, Samuel Fravel, Caitlin Rupp, Ryan Nelson, Olivia Wilson, Leah Scoggins, Lainey Peters, Gabby Gaitis, Dana Martins, Nicole Mendici, Jonah Gonzi, Ian Coverly, Chase Clifford, and Nicole Gannier. Thank you. And from the symphony and chamber strings, Sydney Leon, Vardan Shaw, Alex Romero Kistler, Camden Check, Patrick Bischoff, Olivia Wilson, Dylan Bai, Robbie Barno, Joey Weiler, Data Lee Cintron, Macy Hatfield, Ronell Warmuth, Andrea Wolford, Jacob Whitaker, Mahathi Venkatesh, Lauren Radke, Hannah Tollick, and Anna Skladany. Like I said, these students were recognized by their class awards nights that took place throughout the month of April and earlier this month. The Leonard Bernstein Musicianship Award recognizes outstanding senior musicians who have completely dedicated themselves to perfecting the technical and musical skills on their instrument. These students involve themselves with every possible performance opportunity both within and outside of the high school orchestra program, including honors groups and select ensembles. These students spend countless hours in the practice room, working on the next major concerto, preparing for competitions, or learning excerpts for the ensembles in which they play. This year's recipients from our senior class of the Leonard Bernstein Award are Kevin Tan, violin, and Kate Young, oboe. This year we will recognize 2 senior students with the Director's Award. The Director's Award is given to senior students whose leadership and musicianship has made a noticeable impact within their ensembles throughout the time in which they have been involved. These students make a noticeable impact not only in their music making, but leadership and a lot of behind the scenes stuff that takes place that the rest of the students don't even see. This year's recipients are, from the String Orchestra, Maya Richards, viola, and from the Symphony Orchestra, Griffin Kennedy, percussion. Before I begin, I must say it was exceedingly difficult to choose one senior from this exceptionally talented class to receive the National School Orchestra Award from our school, as there are several students who have been tremendous over their 4 years in our program. Eric has said it, and you've heard other students say it. The class of 2018 has been a very musically talented class since they began in 5th grade. Both myself and the other orchestra staff, as well as our band staff, knew from the beginning they were going to be a very, very special class. Unfortunately, the rules are quite clear, and only one recipient may be awarded the National School Orchestra Award per school. The National School Orchestra Award is conferred upon a senior orchestra member in recognition of singular merit and outstanding contributions to the success of the school orchestra program, for displaying an unusual degree of loyalty and cooperation, and for exemplifying a high standard of conduct, which is the aim of the school instrumental program. This year's recipient will be added to a long list of past students, several of whom now enjoy professional careers in the music profession. I would like to note the past recipients listed on the screen are those who have received the honor during my tenure at Strongsville High School. Recipients under previous directors are listed on plaques that soon will be redisplayed in our auditorium display case that just finally got renovated here recently. This year's recipient has been a member of the Strongsville High School Symphony Orchestra since their freshman year. They've also been involved with Solon Ensemble Contest, Northeast Regional Orchestra, and the Cleveland Orchestra Youth Orchestra. During the past 4 years, the recipient has consistently demonstrated exceptional musical skills and has been a dependable leader, always willing to go above and beyond to help students and ultimately the orchestra. They have exhibited the highest degree of musicianship, commitment, servitude, and dedication spanning all levels of our program, exemplified by the fact they were elected to serve as this year's president. It is with great pleasure and honor that I present the 2018 National School Orchestra Award to Erica Lee. It is now time to recognize our class of 2018. I will call up each senior and they will be receiving a customized plaque that was made that shows every activity, musical activity they've been involved with during your 4 years at Strongsville High School. Seniors, please come up, receive your plaque, and then go back to your seats. Audience, please hold your applause to the very end. With 50 of them, it's going to take a while to get through. So we will start with Sachi Ami. Her college is unknown at this time, but she's going to major in finance. And her best orchestra memory was the gift exchange when someone gifted a rock with multiple pictures of Mr. Hire on it. I remember that rock. I wonder where it's at. Next, we have Amanda Bias. She'll be attending Kent State University and majoring in environmental science, and her best memory of orchestra was going to Disney. Kristen Brannigan will be attending the Ohio State University, where she will major in business or food science. Her best memory of orchestra was going to Disney. Max Bronze. His college is unknown at this time, but his best memory of orchestra was electrifying strings during the couple years that he was a part of it. Gracie Brown will be attending John Carroll University and majoring in biochemistry. Her best memory of orchestra was the Disney trip. I think we're going to have a lot of those. Gianna Cancelleri will be attending Ohio State University and majoring in information systems. Her best memory of orchestra was music in the parks at Cedar Point. Andrea Chabanu will be attending Yale University, where she will major in Spanish and global affairs. Her best memories of orchestra was the potluck dinner back in the fall. Chase Clifford will be attending the University of Akron and majoring in mechanical engineering. And his best memory of orchestra was annoying Mr. Hire with Seven Nation Army. And yes, that truly breaks on my nerves. And we have Ian Coverley, who will be attending Cleveland State University. He'll be majoring in chemical engineering. His best memory of orchestra was going to Disney and making new friends. Caroline Saranic will be attending the Ohio State University and majoring in pharmacy. And her best memory of orchestra was performing on the Marketplace stage at Disney Springs last year. Jacob Ehrlich will be attending the Ohio State University after serving in the U.S. military. And his best memory of orchestra was Kevin Tan's conducting. Carla Clement Beresel will be doing her senior year in finance. She is our French exchange student who has spent the past year with us, an exceptional violinist, and she'll be going back to France where she will be finishing up her senior year, and it's been truly an honor to have had her as part of our program. We've been blessed over the past several years. I've had quite a few very gifted and talented exchange students within our program. Chris Fogwell will be attending the University of Cincinnati and majoring in music education. Her best memory of orchestra was the Disney trip. Jimmy Foley will be attending Ohio University and majoring in mathematics. His best memory of orchestra was performing Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Nicole Gannier will be attending the University of Pittsburgh and majoring in biological sciences. And her best memory of orchestra was sitting next to her best friend, Anastasia, who made her laugh every day. Chase Golovsky will be attending Cleveland State University and major in chemistry. Jonah Gonzi will be attending Butler University, and he'll have a dual degree in mechanical engineering and computer science. And his best memory of orchestra was winning socks in the orchestra Christmas White Elephant gift exchange. He might be wearing them now. Lydia Hosevar will be attending Ashland University and majoring in international politics and relations. And her best memory of orchestra was celebrating Christmas with the gift exchange and all the treats and the funny jokes. Holly Jaworski will be attending Baldwin Wallace University, where she will major in chemistry and creative writing. Her best memory of orchestra was the Disney trip. Griffin Kennedy will be attending Ohio University and major in wildlife biology, and his best memory of orchestra was performing Finlandia. Erica Lee will be attending Boston University and majoring in economics and mathematics, and her best memory of orchestra was when Kevin threw the chickens up and they stuck to the ceiling for 2 months. Robin Lynn will be attending John Carroll University and majoring in biology. Matthew Loy will be attending the University of Akron. His best memory in orchestra was the Disney trip. Alex Lynch will be attending Indiana University and majoring in finance. His best memory of orchestra was earning a superior rating this past year at the State Orchestra Contest. Sam Medrano will be attending Northern Michigan University and major in medical plant and chemistry. And she says her best memory of orchestra is actually this evening right now. Nicole Mendici will be attending Ashland University and majoring in nursing. Her best memory of orchestra was the Disney trip last year. Melissa Mazzaros will be attending the Ohio State University. Her best memory of orchestra was making friends go on Splash Mountain with her at Disney. Madison Minch will be attending the University of Toledo and major in pharmacy, and her best memory of orchestra was going to Disney. Nathan Motter will be going to Kent State University and major in computer science. His best memory of orchestra was Music in the Parks Festival. Jackie Napoli will be attending the University of Akron and majoring in forensic science. Her best memory of orchestra was the Disney trip. Grace DeSlazzi will be attending the University of Toledo. Her best memory of orchestra was the Disney trip. Maria Ong will be attending the Ohio State University and major in biomedical engineering, and her best memory in orchestra was the Disney trip. Elizabeth Owens will be attending Capital University and will major in business. Her best memory in orchestra was the Disney trip. Sarah Park will be attending the Ohio State University and major in psychology and pre-med. Her best memory of orchestra was the Disney trip. Ava Pate will be attending online college and continuing her figure skating, and she will major in communications. Her best memory of orchestra was going to Disney. Julia Pittner will be attending the Ohio State University and major in business. Her best memory of orchestra was Music in the Parks Festival. Sean Palaconda will be attending Case Western Reserve University and major in biomedical engineering. His best memory of orchestra was at chamber strings when Mr. Heyer waved the wore the Hello Kitty hat. Also, reading Sleigh Ride In on Indian accent at the holiday concert. Oh, yes. I remember that. Tried to forget that one. Kristen Powell will be attending the University of Mount Union, and she'll major in nursing. And her best memory of orchestra was the New York trip we took her freshman year. Stephanie Puntel will be attending the Ohio State University and major in engineering. And her best memory was riding Splash Mountain at Disney. Lauren Radke will be attending American University, where she will major in international relations and diplomacy. Her best orchestra memory was Mr. Heyer knocking my music off my stand my freshman year at Music in the Parks Festival. And of course, she's a cellist, so it seems to be that right side that seems to get there. Maya Richards will be attending Mercyhurst University, where she will major in dance with a concentration in pedagogy. And her best memory of orchestra was earning a 1 at State Orchestra Contest twice. Anna Scladani will be attending DePaul University, where she will major in animation with a concentration in game art. Her best memory in orchestra was when Mr. Heyer led my group around New York City my freshman year and made us take pictures in front of pretty much everything that was remotely interesting. Yeah, we took a lot. Eddie Stentz will be attending Tri-C for 2 years, then going off to Baldwin Wallace University, where he will major in music education and performance. His best orchestra memory was annoying Mr. Heyer with Seven Nation Army. Also electrifier strings with Hayden Ventura last year. Kevin Tan will be attending Ohio Northern University and major in pharmacy. His best memory of orchestra was when Mr. Heyer was wearing a Hello Kitty hat after a gift exchange. I'm glad I was such a memorable person for some of you. Hannah Tulloch will be attending the University of Western Ontario, where she will major in civil engineering and French, and her best memory of orchestra was the New York City trip. Maria Bassanelli will be attending Xavier University and majoring in sociology, and her best memory of orchestra was performing Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney last year. Mahati Venkatesh will be attending the University of Cincinnati and will major in computer science. And her best orchestra memory was getting bubble tea on the streets of New York City and watching Fantasmic in Disney. Tyler West will be attending Cleveland State University and major in engineering. His best memory of orchestra was performing Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney last year. Jake Whitaker will be attending the Army National Guard and then Bowling Green State University, where he will major in film production. His best memory of orchestra was playing Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney last year. Autumn Whitener will be attending the Ohio State University and major in forensic pathology. Her best orchestra memory are the 2-hour evening rehearsals. Andrea Wolford will be attending the Ohio State University and will major in science, technology, and environment exploration. Her best orchestra memory is walking around New York City with Mr. Heyer and the rest of my class as a freshman. And finally, Kate Young will be attending the University of Texas at Austin, where she will major in oboe performance. Her best memory of orchestra was the Disney trip last year. Please give a big round of applause to the class. Finally, last but not least, thanks to all of our wonderful student musicians for a fantastic year. Before we go on to our end of the year video here, I just want to say, students, parents, we need to acknowledge the organization that tirelessly supports everything we have at Strongsville High School. Strongsville Instrumental Music Boosters means so much to myself, the staff, and all of our students and everything they do. Thank you for the 2017-18 SIMB board. Please give them a round of applause. And now on to our slideshow. After we are finished with it, students, reminder, please make sure you get your instrument, your music, and everything put back where it goes. Thank you once again, folks, for a great, successful school year. Yeah, and I mentioned this earlier, the senior recital next Wednesday, 7 o'clock, right here in the auditorium.